Welcome all. Myself Dr. Dinesh Nole. In this video we are going to be discuss about the basics of organic chemistry. Especially we are going to be discuss about what are the organic acid bases and their relative strengths. So organic acids and bases are a very important role into the organic reaction mechanism. So their acidity, basicity, their increasing order of the acidity, decreasing order of the acidity, as well as the different factors which are going to be contribute for the acidity and basicity, that all the things we are going to be seen in detail one by one. So before going for the actual part of this lecture, let us discuss about some of the definition of acids and bases. So if you are going to be see that acids and bases has been described or defined on the basis of the three important theories. First will be by the Arrhenius theory, second will be by the Bronsted-Lowry theory, and third will be the Lewis theory. So that means, according to the Arrhenius, acid is anything which ionizes and to give the H plus ions in water, and base is anything which on ionizes to give the hydroxide ion, that is OH minus in the water. So Lowry-Bronsted concept define the acid is anything which are going to be donate the proton, and base is anything which are going to be accept the proton. And third and very important theory for the acid base definition is the Lewis acid and base theory, which normally depends upon the lone pair of the electron. So any of the compound which are going to be accept the lone pair of the electron will be called as the Lewis acid, while the compound which are going to be donate the lone pair of the electron will be called as the Lewis base. So these are the three important things according to the Arrhenius. Acid is anything which is going to be generate H plus ion in water. Base is anything which is going to be generate OH minus ions in water after ionization. According to the Lowry-Bronsted theory, acid is proton donor, base is proton acceptor, while according to the Lewis, acid is electron pair acceptor, while base is the electron pair donor. So if you are going to be say the Bronsted and the Lowry's theory, so as we have mentioned, acid is anything which are going to be donate the proton. So here Ha is the acid, and after its dissociation we are going to be see that it will give the formation of A minus. That means it is going to be donate the proton to the base. So that's why Ha is going to be donate the proton. So that's why Ha is going to become as an acid. And according to the Lowry-Bronsted theory, base is anything which is going to be accept the proton. So after accepting the proton, that B minus will accept the proton from acid and it will form the BH. So that's why this is a proton donor. So Ha is the acid. B minus is a proton acceptor. So it is a base. So after donating the proton, the species which is going to be formed as the A minus, which is the conjugate base. And after base which is going to be accept the proton, which is going to be formed the BH plus, which is called as the conjugate acid. And that conjugate acid and conjugate base are going to be takes place the very important role into the acidity of the acid as well as the bases respectively. See, if you are going to be observe, according to the Lowry-Bronsted acid, any species that donate a proton, like Ha is going to be donate the proton. Bronsted-Lowry basis is the concept which is going to be having the proton acceptor. So here B minus is going to be accept the proton. So will be called as what? Base. So Bronsted-Lowry acid and bases, these are some of the example. In this case, SCl is there, hydrochloric acid is there, NaOH is there. So SCl which is going to be donate the proton. So after donation of the proton, it will form the Cl minus. So SCl is a compound which is going to be donate the proton. So after donation of the proton, it will form the chloride ions, and this is a compound which are going to be donate the OH minus. So this is what? Donate the proton, so that's why it will be called as what? The proton donor. So it is acid, and this is going to be having what? Proton acceptor. After acceptance of the proton, that means OH minus which is going to be accept the proton and it will form the water. So that's why it will be called as what? As a base. Second example is what? Sulfuric acid and the ammonia. In sulfuric acid, which is a proton donor, so it is an acid according to the Lowry-Bronsted concept. and ammonia, which is going to be accept the proton, so it will form the ammonium ion, so it is going to become acts as the base. So according to Lowry-Bronsted cases, acid is anything which is going to be donate the proton, and base is anything which is going to be accept the proton. Now what is the concept of the conjugate acid and conjugate base? So as we have discussed in some of the previous slide, that acid which is going to be, suppose is going to be accept or donate the proton, it will form the S3O plus, so it is going to be accept the proton, so it will form the conjugate acid. So after accepting like this one, we can observe water is there, which is a base. If it is going to be accept the proton, it will form S3O plus, so it is going to become as the conjugate acid of this base, water. And Cl is there, which is going to be donate the proton, and after donation of the proton, it will form the chloride ion, so which is called as conjugate base of the corresponding acid. So this is S3O plus, which is the conjugate acid of the base as a water, and chloride ion is the conjugate base of the acid. So that's why this concept is very important while deciding the strength of the acids and bases. So we have one of the example like acetic acid, which is acid. We have added NaOH as the base. So acetic acid, which is the acid which is going to be donate the proton. After donation of the proton, it will form the sodium acetate. So this is the conjugate base of the acetic acid, and NaOH is the base which is from the water, which is the conjugate acid of the sodium hydroxide base. So now pKs and acid strength, we are going to be see that, as we have discussed, that acid undergoes the dissociation in water. So in dissociation, Ha, which is going to be give the proton, it will form A minus, conjugate base. Water, which is a base which is going to be accept the proton, we are going to be get formation of S3O plus. So this is the dissociation of acid in a water. And if you are going to be say it is acid, we are going to be check the dissociation constant of acid, which is the Ka. So Ka is the dissociation constant of acid, which is nothing but the, which is the concentration of the product divided by concentration of the reactant. In this equation, S3O plus is the product, A minus is the product, and Ha will be the reactant. So dissociation constant of the acid is equal to Ka is equal to concentration of the product divided by concentration of the reactant. But in this case, water is a solvent which is in excess, so which is not going to be contributed for the dissociation constant. So only Ha is going to be counted because it is more. So its concentration does not affect too much. So that means Ka is equal to concentration of the product divided by concentration of the reactant, and pKa is equal to negative log 10 Ka. So it is just that we have to take the log and anti-log value. So we are going to be take the pKa. So is equal to negative log Ka. And this pK value and Ka value is very important value while deciding the acidity of any acid. So this is simple general acid Ha, which on dissociation will give H plus and A minus. And if we will take the dissociation constant K of that particular compound, it is a concentration of the product H plus and A minus divided by concentration of reactant. So pK is equal to negative log of 10 Ka. So this is the dissociation constant. Now the more stable the conjugate base, we have seen in this case Ha is the acid and A minus is the conjugate base. So more the stable the conjugate base, that is A minus, is, then more the equilibrium favor toward the product. If in this case we have seen it is a reversible arrow, that means there is the equilibrium between the starting material and the product. But if the conjugate base A minus of the reaction is very stable, reaction will not favor into the backward direction, reaction will be favored only into the product formation. In that case, Ka will be greater than 1. That means more the dissociation of the acid. Now larger the value of Ka implies more is the dissociation of the acid, and so the stronger is the acid. So as we have mentioned, more will be the Ka, stronger will be the conjugate base, more stable will be the conjugate base, and more stable will be the conjugate base, more will be the stability or the acidity of the compound. That means acidity of any organic acid will be depends upon the Ka value, that is dissociation constant value. So for a compound to be a stronger acid, dissociation constant should be more. That means more is the Ka, more will be the acidity of the corresponding acid. And this is what other way. Ka is equal to negative log of 10 Ka. That means lower is the value of pK, stronger will be the acid. So for acid to be stronger, Ka should be larger and pK should be lower. So some of the factors that increase the acidity are the electronegativity, inductive effect, resonance effect, and we are going to be see all these factors one by one. Now electronegativity, as we are going to be easily observe carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, as we are going to be moved from left to the right into the periodic table, electronegativity is going to be increases. As electronegativity is going to be increases, the corresponding compound will be formed as the conjugate base from the corresponding element. From carbon it will be the CH3 minus, nitrogen will be the NH2 minus, oxygen will be the OH minus, fluorine will be the F minus. So all these can be considered as the conjugate base. See, conjugate base is there, electronegativity is going to be increases, then conjugate base is going to become more stable. Because of the more electronegativity, it is going to be hold the electron density towards itself. So that means conjugate base is more stable. If conjugate base is more stable, corresponding acid will be more stable. So that's why as electronegativity is going to be increases from left to the right into the periodic table, electronegativity is going to be increases, and if electronegativity is going to be increases, stability of the corresponding conjugate base is going to be increases, and if stability of the conjugate base is going to be increases, acidity of the compound is going to be increases from left to the right in a periodic table. So that's why methane will be less acidic, but hydrofluoric acid will be the more acidic due to the more electronegativity of the fluorine. So indirectly electronegativity will be responsible for the stability of conjugate base, and it will contribute for the increasing the acidity of the acid. If we will see in case of the base is anything which has to donate the electron, but if electronegativity is going to be increases, so that more electronegative element will not donate the electron easily, it will try to hold the electron towards itself. That means more will be the electronegativity, less will be the basicity. So as we move from left to the right in a periodic table, basicity is going to be decreases. So that's why this methane carbon anion will be more basic than the fluoride anion, because fluorine is more electronegative, so it is less basic, and carbon is less electronegativity, so that's why it will be more basic in nature. So this is also the another criteria that we have already discussed, that how carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine we are going to be moved from left to right or top to the bottom. It is going to be decided the acidity, and corresponding compound will be decided the acidity. This is all four compound, and these are the conjugate base of the corresponding compound. Now very important factor, we have the compound which is the acetic acid. Acetic acid, which is a acid which after donation of the proton will give the formation of the acetate ion CH3COO minus. But if I will take the trifluoroacetic acid, which on donation of the proton will form the formation of trifluoroacetate. So both are the acetate ion, but in the acetic acid, that acetate ion will be substituted with the CSA group, whereas in case of the trifluoro, that acetate ion will be substituted by fluorine. So here is a presence of hydrogen. In second example, there is a presence of the fluorine, and as we have discussed, fluorine is more electronegative. More is the electronegativity, more will be the stability of conjugate base, and more will be the acidity. So fluorine substituted trifluoroacetic acid will stabilize the corresponding conjugate base due to the more electronegativity of the fluorine, making this pK value is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 0.23. Whereas in case of the acetic acid anion, which is the conjugate base of acetic acid, there is no any electronegative elements attached, so it will not contribute for the stability of the acid. So that's why fluorine is more electronegative, then hydrogen anion is more stable. So that's why trifluoroacetic acid is more acidic than acetic acid due to the more electronegativity of the fluorine. So indirectly we can say that trifluoroacetic acid is stronger acid than the acetic acid. Now if you are going to be see the size, in case of the size, this is the hydrofluoric acid, hydrochloric acid, HBr and HI. That means we are going to be from top to the bottom in a periodic table. F, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, from top to the bottom in a periodic table. So if we are going to be move from top to the bottom in a periodic table, acidity is going to be increases, because as we move from top to the bottom in a periodic table, the size of the corresponding element is going to be increases. So the corresponding conjugate base of HF is fluoride, next will be the chloride, here will be the bromide, and next will be the iodide ion. And if iodide ion will be having more size than bromine, than chlorine, than fluorine, and due to the more size of the iodide ion, the conjugate base which is formed, which can easily stabilize due to the more size, that means iodine can easily hold the negative charge. So indirectly we are going to be say that due to the higher size of the iodide ion, it can easily stabilize the corresponding conjugate base. If conjugate base will be more stable, acidity of the corresponding acid will be more. So that's why HI will be more acidic than HF. So we are going to be make a statement, as we move from top to the bottom in periodic table, size of the atom is going to be, or the element is going to be increases. As size is going to be increases, corresponding conjugate base will be easily stabilized and corresponding acid will be more acidic. So as we move from top to the bottom in periodic table, acidity is going to be increases. So that's why HI will be more acidic than HF. So here size is going to be takes place the important role, and which is going to be contribute for the stabilization of the anion. Our next effect, which is the inductive effect. How inductive effect is going to be contribute for the acidity of acid as well as the bases. So inductive effect are of two types. It can be having plus I, electron donating inductive effect, and electron withdrawing inductive effect. Now electron withdrawing inductive effect, like minus I inductive effect, will contribute for the stability of the conjugate base by withdrawing the electron. So that means minus I effect will be responsible for the stability of the conjugate base, and if more will be the stability of the conjugate base, more will be the acidity of the corresponding acid. So we are going to make a statement that electron withdrawing inductive effect or minus I inductive effect will be responsible for the stability of the acid. So that means electron withdrawing group increases the acidity. So electron withdrawing groups are like halide ions are there, fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide. Out of all halogen, fluorine is more electronegative. So that's why minus I effect of fluorine will be more than chlorine, than bromine, than iodine. So that's why the compound which are going to be contained like acetic acid, iodoacetic acid, bromoacetic acid, fluoroacetic acid, and the chloroacetic acid. If you are going to see that all 5 acid, this is the fluorine, then chlorine, bromine, and iodine. All these 5 compound will give the corresponding acetate ion as the conjugate base. But in case of this fluoroacetic acid, the conjugate base will be substituted by the fluorine. the fluorine which is going to be exhibit the minus I effect, that means electron withdrawing inductive effect. And if it will exhibit the minus I effect, it will contribute for the more acidity. That means in all the cases there is a hydrogen, iodine, bromine, chlorine and fluorine. Out of the all 5 elements, fluorine will be the more electronegative. So fluorine will contribute for the more minus I effect. So that's why fluoroacetic acid will be more acidic than chloroacetic acid, than bromoacetic acid, than iodoacetic acid, than the acetic acid. If we'll see the next example, in above example, all the fluorine atoms, chlorine, bromine, iodine, that means all halides are different. So we can easily distinguish between the electronegativity. But in a second example, we are going to be observe there is a bromine. Second example and third example is also going to be a bromine substituted acid is there. But in a first example, bromine is far away from the acetic acid. 3 carbon atoms are between. In second example, 2 carbon atoms. In last example, only 1 carbon atom is there. That means we know that during the inductive effect, as we are going to be moved from the main center away, that means electronegative or any of the inductive effect is going to be lower. So that's why bromine is far away from the conjugate base. So effect of bromine in the first example as a minus I effect will be less. Then the effect of bromine as a minus I effect into the last example will be more. So that's why bromoacetic acid, like this compound third one, will be more acidic than first compound because of the position of the bromine from the conjugate base. It will contribute less for the stability of conjugate base, whereas this compound will contribute more for the stability of the conjugate base. So that's why this compound will be more acidic than the first compound. Now another example, which is the acetic acid, chloroacetic acid, dichloroacetic acid, trichloroacetic acid. And we are going to be observe there is a halogen atom. So halogen atom will be contribute for the minus I effect, and it will be responsible for the more stability of the corresponding acid. But in all the 4 acid, a trichloroacetic acid has been substituted by 3 chlorine, where a dichloroacetic acid has been substituted by 2 chlorine atom, and monochloroacetic acid has been substituted by 1 chlorine atom, whereas acetic acid there is no any halide or the chlorine atom. And chlorine atom is going to be exhibit minus I effect, and minus I effect will be responsible for the stability of the corresponding acid. But in trichloroacetic acid, 3 chlorine atoms are there. So minus I effect of 3 chlorine atoms will be more than the 2 chlorine atom and the 1 chlorine atom. So that's why due to the more minus I effect of the 3 chlorine atom, trichloroacetic acid will be more acidic than the dichloroacetic acid, monochloroacetic acid and acetic acid. And the pK value is going to be represented into the example as well. So as we have discussed that electronegativity depends upon the responsible for the inductive effect. Presence of the chlorine atom is going to be important for the carboxylic acid stability, but the position and number of the chlorine atom is going to be takes less important role. So that's why all chlorine can be responsible for the electron withdrawing group, that is minus I effect. But in case of the more chlorine, more will be the minus I effect, and more will be the minus I effect, more will be the stability of the zone. So that's why trichloroacetic acid is stronger acid than the other acid due to the presence of more chlorine, and which will contribute for the more minus I effect. A second example, which is the trichloroacetic acid and trifluoroacetic acid. Now this will be substituted by 3 chlorine atom, whereas trifluoroacetic acid will be substituted by the 3 fluorine atom. And as we know that more will be the electronegativity of the element, more will be the minus I effect, and more will be the stability of the corresponding conjugate base, and more will be the acidity of the corresponding acid. So in case of the trifluoroacetic acid, a conjugate base which is going to be formed can be easily stabilized by the fluorine atom, because fluorine is more electronegative than the chlorine. So that's why due to the more minus I effect of fluorine than the chlorine, trifluoroacetic acid will be more acidic than the trichloroacetic acid. So due to the more electron withdrawing inductive effect of fluorine than the chlorine, trifluoroacetic acid is stronger acid than the trichloroacetic acid. Now the second factor which is going to be contribute for the acidity, which is the resonance. So if you are going to be see that for the stability of any of the acid, the resonance conjugate base should be stable. Now the conjugate base which is going to be formed can be easily stabilized by the resonance. Now we have the three example. More is the resonating structure, more will be the stability of the conjugate base, and more will be the stability of conjugate base, more will be the acidity of corresponding acid. So in these three example, this is the ethanol, acetic acid, and trifluoromethane sulfonic acid. So in case of ethanol, a conjugate base will be formed will be the ethoxide ion. So there is no any conjugation, and so no resonance is possible in ethoxide ion. Whereas in case of the acetic acid, acetate ion which is going to be formed as the conjugate base can be stabilized by the one resonating structure with the carbonyl group. Whereas methane sulfonic acid, a conjugate base will be formed as a methane sulfonate, can be easily stabilized by the two oxygen by the resonance. So more is the resonance in methane sulfonic acid than acetic acid, and there is no resonance in ethanol. So that's why due to the resonance effect, methane sulfonic acid will be the stronger acid than acetic acid than the ethanol. So resonance is going to be takes place very important role into the stability. Now come towards the another example, acidity of the methanol and acidity of the phenol. So in this example, ethanol, which after donation of the proton will form the ethoxide ion, or methanol will form the methoxide ion, which will be the CH3O minus. There is no any resonance, so it cannot be, conjugate base cannot be stabilized by the resonance. But in case of the phenol, the structure is here, we can easily observe. Phenol after donation of the proton can easily form the phenoxide ion, and that phenoxide ion can be stabilized by the resonance effect of the aromatic ring. So there are 4 resonating structures are possible for the phenoxide ion. That means phenoxide ion, which is the conjugate base of the phenol, can be easily stabilized by the resonating structure. So corresponding acid will be more stable. So that means due to the more stabilization of conjugate base by the resonance, phenol will be more acidic than the methanol. So phenol is more acidic than the methanol. Now in case of the acetic acid and the methanol, same, methanol does not show any resonating structure, whereas acetic acid will give the formation of acetate ion, will show the 2 resonating structures. So that's why acetate ion can be easily stabilized by the resonance. More is the stability of acetate ion, more will be the acidity of acetic acid. So that's why due to the resonance effect, acetic acid is more acidic than the methanol. So these are some of the example. This is alcohol, phenol and acetic acid. So we are going to be discuss only these 3, how resonance is going to be contribute for the acidity. So in first example, which is alcohol, which does not show any resonance structure, so it will be the least acidic because conjugate base cannot be stabilized by the resonance. In case of the phenol, a phenoxide ion can be easily stabilized by the resonance of the ring, which can be easily stabilized by the resonance of the ring. But in case of the acetic acid, this acetate ion can also be stabilized by the resonance. But although phenol will be having more resonating structure than the acetic acid, but all the resonating structure of the phenol contain the negative charge on the carbon atom, whereas the 2 resonating structure of the acetic acid will contain the negative charge onto oxygen atom. So a resonating structure of acetic acid will contribute more for the resonance than the phenol. So that's why more will be the contributing of the resonating structure, more will be the acidity of the corresponding compound. So that's why acetic acid will be stronger acid than phenol, although phenol will be having more resonating structure. So this is a carboxylic acid phenol example. In case of the phenol acid, it will form phenoxidine, can be stabilized into the ring where negative charge will become on carbon, whereas in case of the acetate ion, a negative charge will be on oxygen during the resonance. So negative charge on more electronegative element will be always stable. So negative charge on oxygen will be more contributing than the negative charge on carbon. So that's why phenol will be having the less acidity than the carboxylic acid. So as we have discussed, in case of the carboxylate ion, negative charge can be delocalized onto a 2 electronegative element oxygen, whereas in case of the phenol, a negative charge can be delocalized onto a carbon atom. So that's why in case of the phenol or in case of the alcohol also, acetic acid will be more acidic than phenol as well as the carboxylic acid. So these are the resonating structure for the phenol. As we have discussed, during the resonating structure there is a negative charge on carbon, there is also negative charge on carbon. So in all the 4 cases, a resonating structure will be having the negative charge on carbon, which is less electronegative than oxygen. So although phenol will be having more resonating structure, it will not contribute more for the acidity because of the negative charge on carbon. So that's why the resonating structure of the phenol are less contributing for the acidity than the resonating structure of the acetic acid. So this is the acetic acid, where we can observe negative charge on oxygen, negative charge on oxygen. So negative charge on more electronegative element will be more stable. So the corresponding acid will be more stable. Now factors affecting the strength of the organic bases. Now base is anything which are going to be donate the lone pair of the electron. So more is the availability of the lone pair of the electron towards the base, it can easily donate to other compound and it is going to become as a good base. Now this is the primary amine which are going to be donate the lone pair and it will form the ammonia, and we are going to be having one of the example like CH3 minus, NH2 minus, OH minus and F. Now in case of the basicity, as we know that carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, as we move from left to the right into the periodic table, electronegativity is going to be increases. As electronegativity is going to be increases, fluorine is more electronegative, so it will try to hold the electron towards itself and it will not donate the electron easily. And if it will not donate the electron easily, it is not going to become a good base. So that's why this methyl ion will be more basic than ammonia, than hydroxide, than fluoride. Because of the, as we move from left to the right in periodic table, electronegativity increases. As electronegativity is going to be increases, basicity is going to be decreases. And second example is what? Hybridization. Now the order of basicity in hybridization will be mainly depends upon like this: sp3, sp2 and sp. In sp3, sp2 and sp, the percentage of s character will be more into the sp hybridization than sp2 than sp3, and more is the s character, more will be the electronegativity, and more will be the electronegativity, more will be the stability of the corresponding compound. That means in sp3 hybridization, the hybridized orbital is from the orbital, so greater in size, so less in electronegativity. So more will be the electronegativity of sp carbon atom, less will be the basicity, because more will be the electronegativity, it will try to hold the electron towards itself and it will not be available for the donation. So that's why due to the hybridization concept and more s character into the sp hybridized carbon atom, sp will be less basic than sp2 than sp3. Inductive effect. Okay, Now how the inductive effect will be contribute for the stability of the base or the strength of the base. Now we have the first example, which is the methylamine, and second example, which is the nitro-substituted dimethylamine. So this methyl group can show the plus I effect, whereas nitro group can show the minus I effect. So by plus I effect, methyl will donate the electron to the nitrogen. So more will be the electron on nitrogen, more the electrons will be available for the donation by the plus I effect of methyl group. Whereas in the second example, a nitro group is the electron withdrawing group, which is going to be withdraw the electron from the nitrogen. So less electrons will be available for the donation onto the nitrogen. So that's why due to the minus I effect or due to the electron withdrawing inductive effect, basicity is going to be decreases. So and plus I effect will increase the basicity. So that's why methylamine will be more basic than the nitro-substituted dimethylamine. So we are going to be make one statement generalize that minus I effect is going to be decreases the basicity, whereas plus I effect is going to be increases the basicity. Now primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. So basicity order is this one. In case of the primary amine, there is only one single alkyl group is there. So only single inductive effect will be there. So that's why it will be less basic than secondary amine and tertiary amine. Whereas in case of the secondary and tertiary amine will be having the 2 times inductive effect because of the substituted 2 alkyl group. So that's why it will be more basic than the primary amine. Whereas in case of the tertiary amine, although tertiary amine will be having the 3 alkyl group, so it will be having more plus I effect. But due to the 3 alkyl group, the lone pair is going to be shielded by the alkyl group. So if it is going to be shielded by the alkyl group, the lone pairs are not easily available for the donation, and it will be responsible for the less basicity than the secondary amine. So that's my tertiary amine have the triple inductive effect, but it is completely covered by the group, which allow the very little conduct of the electron donation. So that means due to the plus I effect, tertiary and the secondary amine are more basic than primary amine. But in case of the tertiary amine, due to the shielding of the electrons by the alkyl group, by the steric hindrance, the lone pair of the tertiary amine is not available easily for the donation. So that's why tertiary amine is going to become less basic than the secondary amine, although it will be having the 3 times inductive effect. And resonance effect, which is the structure of the aromatic amine like aniline, and this is the dimethylamine. Now base is anything which are going to be donate the lone pair of the electron. But if in case of the aniline, the lone pair of the nitrogens are involved into the resonance with the aromatic ring. So if lone pair are involved into the resonance with the aromatic ring, lone pairs are not easily available for the donation, and that's why this is going to become as a less basic. Whereas in case of the dimethylamine, which is the aliphatic amine, where no any resonance effect is there and lone pairs are easily available for the donation. Lone pairs are easily available for the donation, so it can give more basicity. So that's why due to the resonance, basicity of the aromatic amines will be less basic, and due to this reason, aliphatic amines are more basic than aromatic amine due to the resonance factor. Because aromatic amine can show the resonance, so less basic, whereas aliphatic amine does not show any resonance, so that's why they are more basic. So some of the example which we are going to be see: diphenylamine, aniline and the cyclohexylamine. In case of the diphenylamine, a lone pair of the nitrogen can show the resonance with 2 aromatic rings. So lone pairs are available for resonance into the 2 rings. So they are not available for the donation. So that's why diphenylamine are less basic due to the 2 times resonance effect of the aromatic ring. Whereas in case of the aniline, lone pairs are involved into the resonance, but it is only of 1 time. So only 1 ring will contribute for the resonance. So it will be more basic than the diphenylamine. Whereas in case of the cyclohexylamine, there is no any resonance effect is possible. So that means lone pairs are not involved into the resonance for the cyclohexylamine. So that's why, due to the absence of the resonance, cyclohexylamine will be more basic than aniline than the diphenylamine. So in this video we have seen what are the organic acid, what are the organic bases, what are the different definition of acids as well as the base, what is conjugate acid, conjugate base, what are the different factors which are going to be stabilized or the contribute for the acidity as well as the basicity. We have also seen how the resonance effect, electronegativity, inductive effect are going to be contribute for the acidity of the organic acid, and how the same factor will also contribute for the basicity of the organic bases. If you like the content of this video, you can share this video. You can also subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.